Alright, welcome YouTubers, Minecrafters, and gamers alike. My name is Deadly D's, and this is D'sville Tutorials. So today I got something fresh out the lab for you. Alright, welcome YouTubers, Minecrafters, and gamers alike. My name is Deadly D's, and this is D'sville Tutorials. So welcome back, you guys, and I hope everybody is living out there blessed and their families are safe. So as you can see, we are on the set of Skyblock by Aurora with Deeds and B, and we are in creative mode here. This is the mode that I use to get you guys some of those great panoramic views that I do, and that I will be started in most of my shows, coming from the future. I'm kind of learning a few things, you guys, and you'll start seeing a little bit, different things added as I go along. But if you're asking, Deeds, why are we in the creative set of your show right now? Well, I'm going to tell you. Here is the reason. This concrete machine. Well, what about the concrete machine, Deeds? We seen the concrete machine working just fine in your last episode. Yeah, I know it's not the fact that it's not working, you guys. It's the fact that I want to be able to do a tutorial on this one. And obviously I have built other ones, but I definitely like the way this one looks, and I would like to basically get it exactly the same, so in my tutorial world, therefore I can actually do a tutorial on it, and make different versions of this one. So I've been kind of racking my brain on how to do that. I tried doing the screenshots and everything, and it just never really seemed to came out right. And once again, I am not a professional. I am a new Minecrafter. I just so happen to be kind of good. I wouldn't even say good. I'm kind of good, man. I don't watch many tutorials. I try to build my own builds. I try to get help when I can get help. But I'm not a professional. I'm still learning. So some of my stuff might be rough and rugged or raw, but the ideas, everybody, the ideas, they there. And once they start coming into the light, believe me, you're gonna love Deeds, because we're gonna do some great things together. So I'm not above learning, and I definitely don't claim to be the best. That's why I'm sitting here in front of this concrete machine, because I can't figure out how to do something that I built the exact same way in my tutorial world. There you have it, you guys. There you go. I revealed my weakness, and that's why the concrete machine ain't been out, because I haven't figured out a way to get it exact right, and I want to make sure that I get a good one out to you. You guys know my dilemma. And so because of that, I brought in Akoya. Akoya is our server admin for our Facebook page as well as our Discord page. And he seems to know a little bit more about command blocks, structure blocks, as well as, using the command line function. I know some of it, but majority, he is the person that knows about it. So I brought him in on this case. What's going on, Akoya?
Nothing.
All right, so I had you come in here the other day just see if you could try to scan. You was mentioning something about scanning my building, or maybe using a structure block to see if we can get this into my tutorial world so I could do a tutorial for my fans. Can you tell me what you found out when you did that?
I had an idea, but it didn't work. I tried to use a structure block.
Okay, a structure block. So for people who don't know what structure blocks is, why don't you go ahead and explain to them what a structure block is?
A structure block is a tool that creative players use in order to make repetitive building easier.
All right, excellent. And can you tell me exactly what does a structure block do?
It can save a building that was made already in the world, and then you can load it into a different spot, but it has to stay inside of the world.
Oh, it has to stay inside of the world. So I wouldn't be able to bring this per se, this beautiful build that I love, into my tutorial world so I can, replicate it at that point?
No, you wouldn't be able to.
Oh man, that super sucks. All right, well, you know what though? That's okay because D's always got an option off the bench, and that's why we brought Okoye in on the job. And I know that he got me a scan of my building using a structure block because that's what it's
Well,
used for.
about that, you can't you can't 3D export something that was in a marketplace world.
What? What? Wait a minute. Hold on. So you trying to tell me that so if you put a structure out block out, right? And you copy and say, now I know that part. I've done that. I'm familiar with that. I've moved a building before. What does that mean entirely? So you saying that I could do it? I've been able to do it in the other worlds. Is it specific worlds based or something, or what does that mean?
If it's a marketplace world, then you can't 3D export, but saving and loading works the same.
Okay, so I could save it and load it, move it within this world, but I can't save it and load it and export it up to a computer or anything in this world. But if I wanted to do those same actions, I can do that in any regular world like Minecraft, one of my tutorial worlds or anything like that. I'll be able to move buildings, copy buildings successfully, move it anywhere within that world. But I also have the ability to on a regular world that wasn't purchased from a marketplace. So would this be considered a modded game? Once again, you guys, hold on. If it sounds like I'm a noob, that's because it is. And I don't know how many times I've told people that I am new to this, man. I just have a good sense of doing things and I like to build, man. That's how it started. I started this game playing with my daughter, man, and that's it. So I'm not no professional, yet I do know how to build things. But once again, man, I'm not a professional, and I did want you guys to come along the road and learn with me. So if I'm saying things wrong and I sound like a noob, I apologize. With that being said, so what does that mean?
Any world you bought from the Minecraft market in game, you can't use the 3D export feature.
Would this be so that means that's like a modded? I mean, is that the difference between a modded and what's the difference between a regular Minecraft game like a super flat world that I build, this world? What's the difference between those?
I feel the main difference is that I'm pretty sure the most marketplace worlds have plugins, and also there's the thing that like they might not want you to be able to 3D export something that was already in the world and then try to build it in your own world.
Oh, so even though we built everything in this world, I virtually built everything in here except the enroll generator and the store. So are those the things that they are trying to protect?
Yes, yeah.
But why would I want to? I guess, man. I mean, to be perfectly honest, what makes me mad is the killer is that I was already told to practice my builds in my tutorial world or whatever. But once again, I got excited about this sky block and I was actually just doing some normal stuff, and then you know how something hit you and it just hit me and I just start building. And so before I knew it, I had built it. It was like, wow, it's awesome, and it worked. And that's pretty much all that we gotta say. That's the whole purpose of that. So there you have it, you guys. I mean, I'm not really sure if there's anything I could do about getting this machine now. Screenshots have definitely been working. I'm definitely gonna still put out something, that's gonna be similar. And the killer part about it is, you guys, is it's a lot of things in this world that were just in my head that I built, and now I know I can't scan them. Is That's definitely hurtful. So uh, I don't really know how I feel about that. If I'm not, besides that, I guess I just don't. I know you got to build just it. I just go with the flow, man. I'm new, man. I go with what feels. I don't do things logical, and I think I said that on all my episodes. I'm not a logical player, so I messed up. But one thing I will do. What is it with the command blocks? What is a command block? Give me a little bit more information about that, because I hear there's the thing about command blocks and structure blocks, and to be perfectly honest, I didn't know that using structure blocks could be, like is that like a AFK fish farm? I know some people like it, some people don't. Is that kind of like the sort of the same thing?
Yeah, it's basically with that. There are a bunch of things in the community that a lot of people use, and other people are just like, no, that's not Minecraft.
Okay.
Like,
So let me ask you a question. So what do you think? Like, I'm the type of person I like to learn everything about a game. As I go along. That means all the other game. I like to use all the features. I like to do some of everything. Now whether I take things deeper into one game or other. Have you ever watched videos on a command block, or have you ever watched videos on anything else like for example, the AFK fish farm? I mean, how do people feel about? I mean, is it the things that I'm building, are they not Minecraft worthy, or like do people?
they're
I mean,
definitely Minecraft worthy considering they're in Minecraft. And some of the things you could do with command blocks, it shows that you're beyond Minecraft worthy.
all right, so because I definitely want to be part of the Redstone community. I love my builds. I know they're with if you were to go back to look at my first episode. As a matter of fact, you guys, I'm gonna be putting out a new flower farm tutorial. I botched it. I dropped the ball on the first one, so I'm gonna be bringing that back to you, as well as I'm gonna be bringing you a bee farm. And I got some stuff that's just in store that I just been waiting on, and still waiting on equipment. But I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that I'm gonna be putting out stuff. As a matter of fact, as soon as I'm done with this one, I'm working on that and trying to get it out to you today. But anyway, as far as all of these things that you could do, and I'm not sure, like I said, with me being new, I'm obviously going to gravitate to anything that allows me to, I don't know, bring more content faster and to learn my craft bigger. There are a lot of people that are a lot of that are very technical in this game, but for us average Joes, man, structure blocks are awesome, dude. I haven't had the ability or the chance to use a command block yet. But Akoya was also going to tell me what more to use on the command block. Because, I mean, to be perfectly honest, you guys, like I said, D's always into something. Maybe I could create my own world with some own special games and some own stuff, some different things in it. Use a command block. And the good part about it is that would be a good show, because you guys would actually get to see me learn along the way how to use all separate from my different ones. So I figured we might as well get a show that just has all of that stuff that people look at it like, ooh, don't do that. We are gonna put that in a series that's dedicated to those things that people say. Matter of fact, you know what? Akoya? We gonna
Yes.
call it the Don't Do That series. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
That's what it is. You heard it here. Deesville tutorials, the Don't Do That series. The AFK farm is going in there. We gonna have all kind of stuff in there. We gonna have the structure block, command blocks, command lines. We gonna have everything. We gonna have everything and everything that you could use. We gonna have dupe machines. I've only did that a couple times, and it used to be better in PS4. But yeah, but yeah, we gonna have that for all of those that don't, want to see it. You don't have to watch this series. This is only for people who want to know everything and want to take advantage. I mean, at this point, we in creative right now. Why not take it to the max? If you're gonna do creative, do something that's creative. Command blocks. So with command blocks, as far as I understand, you have a lot more capabilities and a lot more control over the rules of your game. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So, you mentioned creating things like that shop sign or things like that. So is that something I thought, is that something that a developer would use, or is that something just an average Minecraft player would play like myself? The average Joe, man, and not a big time, person, just an average person that's kind of starting out or may have a little bit of knowledge. Is that something that they would use, or is that more so for a developer?
That's more so for a developer, but command blocks are definitely a fun thing to try out. Even if you're not a developer, it's fun to make your own little games.
Okay. So even though it's made for developers, the common Joe like myself can just, put his hand in it and see what he can come up with, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's good to know, because I actually, with a whole slew of tutorials coming out that I got coming, as well as the the worlds we got started, the advanced skyblock we got going on, this show here, we had the infinity skyblock, and mining with the fam, and getting caught up with all this stuff is kind of hard. But I definitely think, oh nah, well, lucky we ain't creative. See how that work. And so I think it's covered all aspects. We've covered survival, we've covered modded, we've covered pixel, we've covered redstone. But would that be basically taking Minecraft into another level, or is that something that is way too hard for somebody new like me to be doing?
It's not hard as long as you know the gist of how commands work, then you could do it. Command blocks are basically just automated commands. You can do anything you can on a command block in like just typing it out.
So, like for example, when I can change, is it kind of like when I could change the weather to night and day, or are those the things that we talking about, or
Yeah,
or is that
those are
something?
like the simplest commands.
Okay, so there are something things that are a lot deeper that give you way more control, like programming.
Like if you type in slash, there are like you can just see like 1,000 commands just there, and it
Okay,
only gets the K.
okay. Well, I know the one to get myself a structure block, because that's usually what I do is copy and tear it down and do it exactly the same. And so that's pretty much the extent of it. I've heard about the fill command. I've never been successful at using it. I'm barely successful at setting builders down. I actually, in one of my creative, you remember that Koya in that one world?
Rest in
I,
peace, the temple.
that rest in peace, the
You,
temple.
the
So
bottom of the temple is still there. You could go inside of it.
yeah, one day I'm gonna show you some clips, you guys, of some messed up stuff. Because once again, I'm learning. So these are the things that I learned along the way. It's almost like when you learned your first up down BA select start code, or that first, you know you know thing, the first time you were able to build the farm and it actually worked. Man, I remember the first time I built a sheep farm. Dude, that was the greatest feeling in the world. That was one of my first builds, man. Getting some wool and to see it coming at that type of rate, man. That's kind of what got me hooked. When I first started Minecraft, I didn't know about command blocks. I didn't know about structure blocks, man. I barely knew about redstone, man. I liked it, the fact because I liked the build and I liked the survival aspect of it, going down in caves and mining ore and all that stuff. But after 9 months of doing that in 55 different worlds, I'm definitely looking at different, angles of the game. So one more question: different map packs, because we never really discussed this. I kind of just had y'all do this in the other episode. What do you feel about different map packs? Like, how does the community feel about that? And the reason why I'm asking Akoya, you guys, is Akoya has been pretty much playing Minecraft since I'm in maybe about a year. So, I definitely take his advice and things of that nature. So, with me being a new person that's new to Minecraft and wanting to try new things, I definitely don't want to offend anybody, anything like that. But at the same time, I want to take advantage of the game and show people things that they may not know. So I asked him, how, what's the deal with those?
That entirely depends. That's one of those things where it also depends on the person you're talking to. There are some people who never use the default, and there are some people who only use the default, and then there are some people who's a mix. But in my opinion, I'm a mixed type of person because it adds some variety. I don't want to see this type of cobblestone daily.
Okay.
I don't want to see this texture daily. Like there's so many
And,
differences that tracks can do.
and I agree, so those are the things that you guys are gonna be seeing on the D's. All right, you guys. So, now that we got some direction and now we know what where structure blocks are, We know what command blocks are. We know what command lines is, and we know that there is basically the ability to create your own game and to create your own functions if you're willing to do a little bit of work as well as a little bit of time to invest or whatever. But I definitely think it's something that we are going to invest in and do. I definitely like different map packs, and so I am. And what happens is I get halfway through a world, or even halfway through a tutorial, and I realize like, man, look at these blocks, man. Like, so I don't know. I'm at a loss. Even when I'm doing with my tutorials, listen to me, man. When I'm doing my tutorials, I swear I'll be wanting to use different type of blocks, different type of texture packs, but I don't want to, for people not to watch because I'm not using the blocks that they don't want to use. But or should I be like, man, I don't give a fuck. Like, what should I say? Like, I don't know. I mean, it's Minecraft, but I'm D's and I gotta be me. So like, I feel like this is how we should do it. Well, Okoye, let's do this. If you guys feel like, tell me how you feel about things like AFK farms and dupe machines and structure blocks and command blocks, and tell me what you guys think. Let don't do that. Show. I really think that's gonna be a cool. Let me hear the ring. Don't do that. Yeah, I like the ring of that. All right, but once again, you guys. In conclusion, thank you so much, Akoya, for going ahead and breaking down those different elements of creative mode for us, and the things that we can do and the things that we can't do. And although I didn't save my concrete machine, I learned a lot more, and out of it, we got a new series coming. In conclusion, you guys, I just like to say once again, I'm not gonna do everything right in this show, man. I'm not gonna have the greatest builds, man. I've seen builds, when I first started that were spectacular. But what I do give you, man, is just a person that's just trying to get better at Minecraft, that definitely enjoys a good laugh or two, and that's definitely not scared to step outside the box. Because if you ain't doing things to be different, what you in it for? Anyway, I'm Deeds.
I'm Akoya.
That's us. We out. Alright, welcome YouTubers, Minecrafters, and gamers alike. My name is Deadly D's, and this is D'sville Tutorials. So today I got something fresh out the lab for you.